Hey, so glad you're joining me. I have such a good recipe to show you. It is a great weeknight meal. It takes less than 30 minutes to make, and it is a white bean stew with garlic, rosemary, and a radicchio apple salad. It is lovely. It has like a certain elegance to it, but it's so easy to make. And it starts with a really important trick that you should just know, of this really great flavor trick. And that is toasted garlic. So I have 4 cloves of garlic here, and I'm just going to slice them pretty thinly. And I'm going to cook them low and slow, in olive oil. And when you cook the garlic that way, as opposed to just sauteing it as you might usually, it mellows in flavor. It gets like a deeper, almost sweeter flavor. And so you cook it until it becomes like, well, I've heard the Italians call it blonde. It gets to be the color of blonde. So they say blonding your garlic. So I'm going to blonde the garlic right now. I just love that term. So just 2 tablespoons of olive oil, close. And the garlic goes right in with it. So you want it to warm together. And then it goes over a really low heat. And it takes about 5 to 7 minutes. And you really need to kind of stay on top of it, because you don't want to let it burn. You don't want to let it get too brown. You just want it to be that beautiful shade of blonde. So I'm actually going to lower the heat. You really don't want much of a sizzle at all. Just a very quiet, gentle cooking of the garlic. So while that's cooking, I'm going to get the other ingredients ready. So to season this stew, besides the garlic, I'm going to put in a nice big piece of lemon peel. And this will just give it like a lemony flavor without any acidity, because I'm going to put lemon juice in the salad that goes on top. So that'll be the sort of brighter element. But this stew, I want it to be really deeply flavorful. And so I just use a regular vegetable peeler to peel off a piece of lemon zest. And then I'm going to use some fresh rosemary, so about a teaspoon of fresh rosemary. And you could also use dried rosemary if you want. And then this becomes practically like a pantry dinner in a way. But I'm just going to chop some fresh rosemary. If you want dried, generally you use about a third. So I'm using a teaspoon of fresh, let's say a half to a quarter dry would be the equivalent. And you really don't want to overdo the rosemary, because it is such a potent flavor. But just giving that a gentle chop and keeping an eye on that garlic. I'm going to put in now the rosemary and 2 cans, which I've drained and rinsed, of white beans. So these are cannellini beans. You could use really any kind of white bean. So navy beans would be fine. Just get that going. Lemon peel goes in. Some salt and pepper. About a quarter to a half teaspoon of salt. And some pepper. And then some chicken broth. So you could use chicken or vegetable broth. So if you use vegetable broth here, then this really is a lovely vegan dish. But you can use any type of broth you like. And that goes in. And then I'm going to raise the heat up, let it come to a boil, and then let it simmer and kind of come together. And the beans will break down a little bit, and I'm going to help coax it along by stirring it with a spoon and mashing the beans a little bit with a spoon to kind of help create this like creamy sauce for the stew. So while that's cooking, I'm going to get the salad ready. So it's funny because I call this kind of stew put a salad on it. And it's like, I want to make that a hashtag. I want to make that trend somehow, because so many things that you might not think to put a salad on is so delicious with a salad on it. So like a bowl of chili. You can put some cilantro and chopped radishes and kind of really amp up the toppings to make it almost like a salad on top. It's delicious. You can do that with an avocado toast. Just really pile on the greens, put a salad on it. It's one way to make so many different foods that you love healthier. And add an element of color and flavor too. So I'm just gonna, for this salad, 2 really simple elements, some green apple and some radicchio. So I'm just going to cut the green apple into matchsticks. Like so. And I love the tartness of the green apple, and what I love about the green apple too is that it doesn't get brown. It doesn't really oxidize like other apples do. So you don't have to really worry about that. But here, the tartness just balances beautifully with the bitterness, the light, lovely bitterness of the radicchio, and the deep flavors, that rosemary, those earthy flavors that are in the stew. So there's your apple matchsticks and a head of radicchio. So I happen to love radicchio. If it's not your thing, if it's a little too bitter for you, what would be nice here instead is some arugula. You could do that. You could do chicory would be nice, and certainly fitting with sort of the flavor profile. So the idea is to just slice it really thinly, and you want about 2 cups altogether. That's half of this big head of radicchio. I'm just going to give this a stir and do some mashing while I'm at it. It only takes about 10 minutes altogether. So now I'll just pull this salad together while those beans are finishing up cooking. Just put the radicchio and the apple right in a bowl. Just love the color contrast too. And it really makes a beautiful sort of topping for the white beans that acts almost like a canvas. So just a squeeze of lemon juice here, about a teaspoon. Just catch the pits with my hand here. And about a tablespoon of olive oil. And a little salt and pepper. And just toss that together. And the topping is ready. This is pretty much ready, you guys. You see how fast and easy it is? And wait till you see how beautiful it is to plate it up. And you can obviously see all the nutritious elements. I mean, you have fruit, you have vegetables, you have beans. You have pretty much all the things that are satisfying and nutritious all in one dish. Okay, these beans are done. I just love how creamy they get. And this whole stew looks fabulous. I'm going to pluck out this lemon peel and plate it up. So delicious looking. And it makes such a beautiful, savory, fragrant, that garlic just infuses the whole thing. And the rosemary and that hint of lemon, and it just makes, it's just beautiful and white, and it is ready for a topping of this gorgeous salad, which literally makes the whole dish. Let's put a salad on it. Get enough of those beautiful pieces of apple for that gorgeous tart flavor and juiciness. You guys, simple, beautiful, healthy. What more could you ask for? Less than 30 minutes Telling you, this is a win. So flavorful. I hope you try it.